PVM is expensive and time consuming, so it makes sense that you should get the best chance at rare loot from PVM and make all the extra money you can. In this video, I'm going to tell you all the buffs and enhancements that you can use to get the most out of PVM and give you the absolute best chance to get those rare drops and make a ton of extra money. If you want to get better at PVM and learn tips and tricks just like these, make sure to subscribe for more content like this, and let's get into this video. Alright, so firstly we have something that's a must-have for people doing Elder God Wars, and that is having the enriched Pontifex Shadow Ring. Now there's a lot of versions of this ring and it requires quite a lot of unlocks to obtain the final form, which I'll link in the description so this video isn't like 10 minutes long showing absolutely every stage, but once you get it fully charged and imbued, it gives you a ton of buffs, some unrelated to PVM like Chronicle Fragment spawn rates, tier 3 luck, more prayer bonus, and buffs at Elder God Wars like stronger protection prayers against Archglacior, and also the ability to get Elder Troves, which all around are just very useful. But most notably, this ring will give you a 2% increased chance at unique drops at Elder God Wars. Now this may not seem like much on the surface, but if you're someone that's camping for thousands of kills, or you're going after the log, or you're just aiming for a super rare drop like the Core of Lang from Archglacior, every single bit of increased drop rate helps, so this is a must-have for anybody doing Elder God Wars. Next is something that I've tested out myself recently and I really enjoyed using it, which is the Slayer Mask. Now these can be obtained either previously from treasure hunters, so you might have some of these, and now you can get them from Vic the Trader, or you can get them from Shattered Worlds minigame reward shop, so you can reobtain all of these from doing Shattered Worlds. Now these masks do different things, but most notably the thing they do that is going to benefit you the most is getting double drops on every 10th kill. So for instance, if you're doing Abyssal Lords and you have the Mask of the Abyss, every 10th kill you'll get a double drop. Now once the mask upgrades into a helmet, which for each mask it takes different amount of kills for it to upgrade. The Abyssal one, for instance, will take you 900 kills to upgrade. After this happens, you will not get double drops anymore on the 10th kill. However, you can reset this mask and get double drops again by using a Spirit of the Battle, which again can be obtained from Treasure Hunter previously or from the Shattered Worlds reward shop. So you can keep using these infinitely if you get those Spirits of the Battle. Now the best places I personally found to use these masks are places like Ganodermic Beasts, but most notably Abyssal Lords because they have that huge drop, and Dagnoth Kings because Dagnoth Kings have like the Dagnoth rings, which go for quite a bit. So yes, this helm actually works at DKs to potentially get you those double ring drops. So these are great if you're doing a specific monster that has this mask available and can make you a decent amount of extra cash. And I know what you're thinking, well, if I'm using the mask, then I'm not using like a Slayer helmet or anything like that. Well, if you have the Slayer helmet stand and have your Slayer helm on there, you're basically missing out on nothing, and I'd hate to miss like a double ring drop at DK, so I personally use these whenever I go to one of those monsters. Now another specific enhancer is the Vital Spark Drop Enhancer. Now Vital Sparks go for around 375k each right now, and they've gone up massively over the past year. They're used to create like the Limitless Sigil, and you need a lot of them, so they're definitely in demand. You can receive these most notably from two places. One is killing corrupted creatures or soul devourers, and two is killing the Magister boss. Now the Magister drops 10 to 20 of these, so when you kill him, if you get a Vital Spark drop, it'll use a bunch of your enhancers up, but you'll get 40 Vital Sparks, for instance, instead of 20, which is 8 million extra GP. So if you have the Dungeoneering tokens and plan on doing the Magister or even the Slayer creatures, it's so worth it to buy these enhancers. During my time at Magister, when I was getting the log, these actually made me an extra 400 million GP in Vital Spark drops. So if you can spare the Dungeoneering tokens, definitely bring these with you. Next, I want to talk about the Elite Dungeon chest upgrade. Now, this upgrade is very costly at 750k Dungeoneerings, but is absolutely worth every penny and vital for anyone doing Elite Dungeons. Not only is it going to allow you to bank inside Elite Dungeons, which in itself is amazing, it's also going to give you a 20% chance to double drops obtained from bosses passively, so you won't have to do anything and you have that chance. So at all times, you have the possibility of getting a huge unique drop doubled at ED1, ED2, and ED3, which I've had a greater barge codex doubled in one of my early Road to Party at episodes, and it was an absolutely amazing feeling. So if you're somebody who plans on camping out elite dungeons, this is honestly a must-have. Not only is it a must-have for the banking, but also for the double drops. Now speaking of elite dungeons, there's more buffs you can get for them, like the Lucky Charms. You can buy these with Dungeoneering tokens as well, and they'll help you make a little bit of extra money while you're running elite dungeons. Now these Lucky Charms are available for all elite dungeon, and basically they vanish while you're doing the dungeon, and they can give you a roll on their loot table. Now the loot table includes things like onyx dust, serenic scales, different things you can disassemble, and in the case of the Zamrock elite dungeon, you can get the slivers for all the enhancements, and those actually make you quite a bit of money just from those, even if you don't go and kill any of the bosses. These aren't usually meant for the bosses. Really, you're going to get these proccing on all the mobs, so I make sure I usually always have these with me when doing any elite dungeons, and you should too for all the extra money you could get. So next we have something you may not have ever heard of, and these are Most Wanted cards. Now Most Wanted cards are obtained in the Rush of Blood minigame. Now you can basically get these, and you can get them for Abyssal Demons, Automatons, Glaciers, and Tormented Demons. Now these cards give you a chance of increasing the drop rates for a unique item for all of these different monsters. So to know how they work, basically Mod Sponge tweeted this out about a year ago. He said for Glaciers, they have a 1 in 128 drop chance to hit the boot table, which then has a 1 in 10 chance of getting a specific boot. So that's the drop rates for the boots from Glacier. But if you fail to hit this table, but you have a Most Wanted card with you, you'll roll another 1 in 400 chance to get 1 out of the 3 boots. So these cards basically give you an extra chance to get rare drops at places like Tormented Demons, which you can get like the Dragon Limbs, or from Glaciers, which get you those boots. Automatons as well, because the gloves from them are actually worth quite a bit now because of all the new enhancements. And then Abyssal Demons, you probably really wouldn't use them there, so that's about the only one that you probably wouldn't see much use. Now I thought this was an interesting item that some people might not even know exists, so I thought I'd mention it here as well. Now another item that we have that many of you probably know of, but there's something new coming out about it that's going to be great too. So Luck of the Dwarves ring. This is a tier 4 luck ring, costs around 80 mil, 80-90 mil. There's also lower tiered rings like tier 3 luck rings that can get you this enhancement from lower level bosses. When worn, you have a 1% increased chance to get a rare or unique drop from most bosses like Zamrock, Raksha, Rex Matriarchs, Telos, Vindicta, the Magister, Nex AOD. Most bosses you can have this buff at 1% increased chance to get a unique drop. This also works for Slayer as well. You get a 1% increased chance of getting rare unique drops there, and it can also help you with skilling with like Metamorphic Geodes, getting improved loot from like Kingly Implings, which probably aren't that big of a deal, but you can also get improved chance of finding a Tetra Compass piece. So there's a lot of good buffs from this. And tomorrow, actually, the Onyx jewelry enhancements are going to come out for alchemical onyx jewelry, and the one for Luck of the Dwarves gives you a chance to get double caskets when completing a clue. We don't know the rate yet or anything like that, but safe to say, getting the Luck of the Dwarves for, just the 1% increase rare drops, but also having that chance for the double clue caskets if you're somebody that does clues, seems like it's going to be a must-have. I also quickly wanted to mention that God Wars 2 has a reputation system that increases your drop rates for unique items, basically. So if you get 5,000 reputation, you get an 100% increased drop rate chance. So even though as of now God Wars 2 is kind of older content, I wanted to mention it here because it is kind of an insane drop rate increase and something you really should go for if you're planning on doing any God Wars 2. And a lot of these buffs are actually passive, and it is so nice to have passive buffs. And if you want to learn more about other passive buffs that can help you during PVM, help you deal more damage, you can look at this video right here because it has a ton of different passive buffs that are must-have for PVM. So check that out there, and I'll see you guys in the next video.